I'm happy.
I know, I know. Fall is hard for me, by the way, in Texas. Ashley, I didn't realize until we moved to Texas, I get allergies in fall.
All year here.
Yeah, but for me,
There is no stopping.
yeah,
Mosquitoes and
fall,
allergies,
yeah,
guaranteed.
yeah, a lot of pollen. And our backyard, we have so many green trees, and fall just becomes hard.
Yeah, it's hard to get in that spirit when everything's still green outside. A lot of times it's still 80 degrees, and
I know.
it's like mini summer, really.
Yes, it's the best time to be in Texas.
Oh, that's when everybody wants to come visit.
I know. Perfect time to
Um,
go out.
let's see. It looks like we're live now. So welcome everybody to the First Innovators, or First Innovators Live, LinkedIn Live. We'll give people just a couple of minutes to join and then we'll get started.
And thank you, everyone, joining the Boast.ai LinkedIn Live, and looking forward to having more dialogue with everyone. And while we are waiting for others, Ashley and I, we will just keep having our conversations. So,
By all means, feel free to post a comment. Let us know where you're joining us from, so we know who our guests are before we get started.
right. And it'll be great to learn, even if you don't have any questions. Love to hear from your comments. What are you guys thinking about 2023? What your priorities are? And love to have more discussion and more dialogue around that. So, Ashley, ready for our Cancun trip?
I am ready. I already have all my clothes ready to go. I'm one of those people where I like to pack well ahead of time, to make sure I have everything. But I think it'll be fun. If anything, it's hard packing for all the different fun events that we're going to have. I got to make sure I have all my bases
All
covered,
right, Ashley,
you know?
yeah, you are well prepared.
I am. I'm one of those people who are like, I'm a stickler for details and like feel like you have everything ready to go. I don't like rushing around last minute. I like a nice, calm travel experience. But admittedly, I'm also one of those people where I get to the gate like 10 minutes before boarding and no more.
I, I agree. You are certainly very well organized. Looking forward to seeing everyone. I'm super excited about it. Seeing everyone in Cancun in another 24 hours. People will start to trickle in.
Yeah, especially since it's the first time since a lot of us have met, coming out of the pandemic. So I'm excited to get everybody together. Especially it's crazy to think that we literally have people from all over the world coming to join us in Cancun.
You believe it?
So
This is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
yeah,
Shall we begin?
yeah, I think we can go ahead and get started. I guess just by way of introduction, hello everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us, and welcome to our First Innovators Live powered by Boast. My name is Ashley Crawford, and I'm a director of customer delivery here at Boast. Today is Friday, January 13th, very auspicious day with it being Friday the 13th. And today I'm excited to discuss 2023 trends, economic outlook, and capital strategy to help fuel your growth. We have a very exciting guest today joining. I'd like to welcome Alok Tyagi, CEO of Boast.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm really super excited to kick off our inaugural Innovators Live on LinkedIn. This will be a recurring theme, and want to make sure that at Boast we can help our customers. So looking forward to having the dialogue, and what a great way to start and having a discussion with Ashley.
I think it'll be great. I think it's a really great way for us to communicate what we're seeing as subject matter experts with our clients, but also provide businesses with resources they need to grow. So I'm super excited.
There you go.
Well, I guess let's just go ahead and hop into it. I think right now, what is top of mind for a lot of business owners is the economic outlook, with interest rates increasing at unprecedented rates. Economists across the nation are debating the severity and length of this looming recession and whether economies will experience a hard landing or a soft landing. What are your thoughts on it?
Actually, it's a great way to start the dialogue. I mean, I remember when we ended 2021, we ended 2021 such a high. We thought 2022 would be an incredible year.
Mhm.
And right after spring 2022, things started to change very quickly, and the interest
Mhm.
rates started to rise. And it's not like the interest rate hasn't risen before, but it's the first time, or maybe first time after in a long period of time where interest rate rose so quickly with the concerns around recession and the tightening of the economy. Also, we saw its impact on the public market. Public market really saw we are now in a bear territory for quite some time, and the supply chain disruptions are still there. And so it's in everyone's mind that there will be, it's about recession in 2023. No one has the crystal ball how things will play out. Just the question is whether it'll be a very hard landing or will it be a soft landing, depending on how the federal has increased the interest rate. But what it means, though, is because we have seen some of these patterns in the past, and we have seen what durable businesses do, because we have been dealing with unprecedented macroeconomic environment last couple of years. There are 4 or 5 things that really stand out for durable businesses. One, let's make sure that you have financial health getting into the market. So if you have a stronger runway and financially you are in a stronger position, it's a great position to be in. And if not, let's make sure that you are creating a stronger financial position. Super important as we kind of get into the recessionary market. The second aspect that we have seen is what level of operationally the businesses are strong. And strong operations, especially in the context of flexible around what's happening in the marketplace. So businesses, anytime changes happen, like we experienced that even during COVID, it created all of a sudden a completely new unmet need, or the changing unmet need. And companies that were able to pivot and deliver on those unmet need actually saw their fortune rise. So it does create opportunity, but it requires a very stronger operations where a company can be flexible and redeploy the talent and reprioritize the agenda. It really serves well. And the third area that we have experienced is the businesses that are super tight and really work very closely with their customers, are deeply customer connected, have a great pulse on these changing need faster than anyone else. So I'll just maybe leave it at those three to begin with. So have a strong financial strength, be operationally flexible, and remain very strongly and deeply customer connected. Those attributes serve companies well in an environment like this.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's interesting, even specifically within the US and Canadian markets, is that you can't underscore the fact that all of this is happening still with a backdrop of coming out of the pandemic. We still have a lot of businesses regaining their footage, dealing with supply chain issues. We have the interest rates that are elevated now, that's kind of layered on top of it, that's then making it harder for businesses to raise capital. And I think many of these are unlikely to ease anytime soon, at least ease completely. So I do think it'll be a very interesting year. And I think one of the major themes that we're going to see is just as you said, how can people pivot to accommodate the changing economy? But also, cash is going to be king. So having that liquidity to afford things like increased rent prices, higher salary bands for employees to retain and attract top talent to fill labor shortages, right? And I think that's going to be key to people being successful in addition to just retaining their customers and growing their customer base in general.
Totally agree, Ashley. And maybe if I just build up a more and then ask you a little bit more on the non-dilutive capital side, because yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the valuations are down. So it's not like the private equities don't have dry powder. If anything, everyone is flush with dry powder, but it will be at a deeply on a from a valuation perspective won't be where we all got used to in at the end of 2021. What do you think, Ashley, our customers can use if venture funding or is not the right way to go about doing it, and the valuations are not right where you want to do? What can our customers avail from a non-dilutive perspective?
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned earlier, cash is going to be crucial. So here at Boast, I think we are in a very fortunate position to be able to help businesses with that. On the Canadian side, you have the shred credit, but also specifically here, we offer a quick fund option for clients to access and monetize those funds faster to use those cash on their crucial business needs. On the US side, we also have a couple options. We have a very interesting tax matter coming into play for this year, and essentially it's going to cause businesses to have less deductions for their Section 174 research and experimental costs that they're incurring. So previously, companies could deduct those in the years that they are incurred. They're now being required to amortize those over 5 years. Less deductions mean more income subject to tax, which means higher tax bills. So that's really where something like the R&D tax credit can come into play, where if you are taxable, or maybe now you're becoming taxable, you can use it to actually lower your tax liability. Or if you're a smaller company or a startup, you can use the R&D tax credit to actually get cash back in your pocket for payroll taxes that you're issuing with every payroll run. I think both of those are great options for business owners and something that they may have not explored before to just simply get more funds into their businesses.
Yeah, no, I think I'm glad that you called out some of these options. It's a great way for, especially if you are a startup and you are looking for some aspect of capital that's non-dilutive, and especially in a time when cash is king, that these options are available.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just while we're talking about businesses in general, what trends do you think we'll see with the inflation and, and recession for some of our software startups in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, if I switch gear maybe on the other trends that may be happening, and I speak to maybe to the technology side, you know, it's amazing what's happening with this generative AI. I mean, literally, people, you may be living in a cave if we haven't really picked up what's happening with the chat GPT.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just amazing, you pick up any form factor these days, whether it is text, whether it is voice, whether it is images, these generative AI model have become really strong. And I've started to use chat GPT as my own personal butler. I mean, you can look for certain suggestions, and it has not only helping from a personal productivity perspective, including in the businesses world. I'm expecting far more innovation happening in the AI space, including at Boast. We use AI to really provide our customers the most text dollars that people can do, really look for the most technical uncertainties, and so we look at AI. Our engine really helps, and I'm expecting far more adoptions of the technologies that what it will do into the business world, and innovation that will happen in 2023. Things change slow until they start to change fast. So the AI machine learning space, I'm expecting will make some real uh, uh, incredible businesses in 2023 and 2024 and beyond.
Yeah, I completely agree. Chatbot is also very, very fun. I think we've been using it from everything from emails to writing songs to
I know.
so it's very interesting. I think that AI will be huge this next year for our companies. It's been really interesting talking to our clients because they are using AI for everything, and it's really enabled them to save time, money, improve efficiency and productivity, and really compete with larger market players that they typically may not be able to compete with, just looking at a pure headcount wise from the business. I think personally, I can't think of something that AI can't help drive a solution for, whether it's, internally taking away tedious and manual time consuming tasks, to predictive analytics and helping businesses make better operational decisions, to even from an external perspective of offering targeted product recommendations to clients and identifying upselling opportunities and personalized discounts or making ads more targeted and successful. It really is, I think, a powerful tool for business owners to leverage.
Incredible. Yeah, it is extremely powerful. And if I may add, Ashley, and I think it goes also in a recession year, companies sometimes struggle when cash is in short supply. Uh, how do we invest in people, or what do we do when it comes to investing in people? And especially when disruptive technology trend like AI is happening. And my advice is because you want to build flexible companies so that you can pivot fast and you can redeploy talent. One of the better area of investment that companies should do is growing the skills and the talent within the company, so that as AI bring uncertainties, people may be worried about what does it mean, how do we cope, what does this look from a skill augmentation perspective. It's actually a great time to invest uh, in our people, that how people can augment and use AI to become more productive, to have more skill. Uh, your current talent, as that grows and become more comfortable with technologies, that's what will help create and unlock the power of innovation that generally companies don't. So my advice in a recessionary year, looking at what your financial strength is and where your financial position is, invest in growing talent skill has a greater return. And we have seen it in the industry, by the way, that anytime there has been a recessionary years, it has created far more durable and stronger businesses. Whether it is the erstwhile Microsofts or the Oracles or the of the world, or Airbnbs and the Zooms of the world,
Mhm.
many of these businesses really grew in the recession environment, primarily because A, they were fiscally very disciplined, very sustainable, and invested in talent, so that as these changes happen, the talent within the company are really engaged with the business to go unlock the power of innovation that otherwise very becoming hard.
Absolutely. And I do just want to remind guests that you can watch our webinar with Monish Gandhi of Gradient Ascent on the Boast website to learn more on how founders can introduce AI into their startups in 2023. So because, like you said, there's a lot of considerations, especially depending on where your business is, in its life cycle. I guess here, just to wrap up before we log off on our first LinkedIn Live, is what do you think the key areas are that founders should be focusing on in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are so many areas for companies to remain focused. Maybe I'll just add and end with the one: keep growing the leadership aspect of the team. So if you are in a startup, it's very hard to navigate the company through the uncharted course if you don't have a very cohesive team that really believe in the shared agenda. So start building and start engaging your leadership team in those discussions, because no one knows what tomorrow will come. We are reading a lot through the macroeconomic environment that how turbulent it would be, and it will take a very stronger leadership to really help navigate the business through the uncharted course. And I think we may be almost on out of time here. So without building up, Ashley, maybe that's where we'll end. If you have any last few closing comments to make.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first, I just want to thank everybody for joining us. We hope you found some great insight that can help your businesses. But just wrapping up today's stream, we'd like to share a few resources you should check out that were mentioned in today's discussion. The first is going to be our blog post So, the 5 priorities for CEOs navigating economic headwinds in 2023, as well as that free gradient ascent webinar on what founders need to know before introducing AI to their startups. Well, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you all next Friday on our next episode of Innovators Live.
And I will, guys, echo Ashley's comment. Wherever you tuned in, thank you for joining and have a great new year. And hopefully, 2023 turns out to be the best year yet for your companies and for your businesses. And if we can be of help anywhere in your innovation journey, looking forward to partnering. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you.